Cause yeah, if we needed anything else, it's more superhero movies apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're here. That genre is here to stay.
I just wonder how long that genre is going to go for.
I feel like it's just another genre, like comedy or like.
Well, what I'm saying is
rom-coms.
like the amount of it.
Like how,
Because like say
how
like
much?
westerns, it used to be for a few decades, so many westerns came out, and then they slowly kind of just became where very few, like they're still getting made, but just the amount of them is much fewer.
Do you see any other type of movies that are let's take its place?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so
I mean, another type of movie doesn't necessarily have to take its place.
well, there needs to. I guess if you want to see a decline, there needs to be a rise of some other.
I think you'll just see more of everything else,
Yeah,
or you
maybe.
might just see less films overall.
Yeah, I think less.
that's
films
probably
overall.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, because
'Cause at some point, there's only like 5 major film studios now.
yeah,
At some point, there's going to be some level of them coming together.
yeah,
Because there's already been rumors about Warner Brother, like Universal buying Warner Brothers, and there's always talk of Paramount being bought.
yeah. I feel bad for the film industry. I think as consumers, we are being way too critical on films.
What do you mean?
So on Netflix, there's the movie called You People. I'm sure you heard about it.
Because yeah, people don't stop talking about it. I don't plan to watch it, but I also will never watch anything
Yeah. So I watched it.
or nothing live action at least.
Yeah. So I watched it, and
Of course you did.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it. It's funny. I like it. Enjoyable. But you also can't take movies like that too serious. Like
What, you don't take your comedy serious?
like you remember those movies like Meet the Fockers or
Not really.
Meet the Fockers? Okay, like those like goofy comedy movies where they meet the other family and it's like some crazy
Like
stuff
any Adam
happens.
Sandler movie.
Yeah, like that. Or yeah,
It's kind of like a similar
Like-
tone.
yeah. And those movies are you're just there for entertainment, just to watch.
Yeah,
like,
you're
like
not.
White
You're
Chicks.
not. Yeah,
Like White
believe it,
Chicks.
I've never watched it. I've only seen
You ever
parts.
seen
of it.
White Chicks?
I've only seen parts of
Wow.
it.
Yeah, I saw White Chicks last night actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like White Chicks. It's a funny ass movie, but if you look at that movie and try to critique everything in that movie, you're gonna find so many flaws. Like
Oh, yeah.
so many flaws. Like there's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of bullshit that's
Or like
happening.
if you watch any of like a scary movie franchise,
Yeah.
it's like you know what you're there for. You're ready there for some parody, some satire.
Exactly. And I think that mindset is gone now. I feel like everybody has to critique
Those
something.
movies have always been critiqued poorly, even though the people like audience that love them. But like if you ever look at like the Rotten Tomatoes, because somehow it
Yeah.
became a trend that you have to rate everything.
Well, I'm not talking about like actual movie critiques like Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I'm also talking about like the audio, like audience scores too.
Oh,
Like
well,
they'll be
yeah.
like for a good comedy always has like 60 or 70%.
Yeah.
And then every other comedy usually is like 30%.
Yeah.
But that's because comedy a lot of times is not universal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I think that that type of genre is dead. Is dying.
I don't know
Only
if it's dying.
I think it's dying only because
I just don't
like
I think
I remember
with that genre, I think there just hasn't been like the big one, like a big one like that, if that makes sense.
like you remember you had the conversation. When's the last big comedy movie?
Oh, yeah.
we were talking about Hangover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it is. There just hasn't been one that just caught within multiple different communities, if that makes sense.
I guess I don't know if we're as consumers going to allow it to even catch.
Well, also, I feel like they don't go for it the same way they used to most of the time.
And
Even though,
I think it's because of the consumers, like how we're
well, also, I think it's just studios don't want to take that many chances with comedy.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we don't want to offend people and have like people boycotting us.
exactly because the way consumers are nowadays, I feel like that type of comedy, the goofy, non-serious, they will joke like have kind of racist jokes a little bit in there.
I'm just waiting for Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. Like I guarantee you Cocaine Bear will have people are gonna say is trash.
Oh, it's not supposed to be a good movie.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Like, my point. I think we're losing that as consumers. Like just
I think it's always been that way, but I
don't
think
know.
you just see more of like the talk of it because everyone has to critique everything they watch now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think that
But I think that's existed, but you just didn't have a forum for it,
Well,
which is now social media.
I guess I don't think it existed as much as it does now. Nowadays, even people that are not even critiquing it still have that mindset because they are watching people critique it. So they're like, oh, I gotta.
Yeah, because they watch people that critique things all the time, so
Yeah.
they want to do the same thing.
Exactly. And for a lot of movies, you don't need to critique it or that dip hard into it, or just different entertainment. And I think we're losing that in the film for real. And a lot of the movies are decent or good movies, but people go in there and they critique every single part of the movie and they're gonna say it's bad, like Black Panther.
Well, here's also the thing: is a lot of people do these breakdowns, but they don't even understand writing.
Yeah, they don't, or what the concept of the movie is supposed to be about. Like they just go in it and just try to see the flaws and everything.
Oh yeah, they look for every kind of little thing. Because here's the thing: is every film you can find one.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter whatever film you want to talk
Yeah.
about that's untouchable. You can find a
find
scene
one.
that doesn't work as optimally as it could.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
when you're making a film, you don't have fucking 15 years to plot out and basically all the minutia of a scene to make it perfect. You don't
Yeah.
have that amount of time, especially when you're filming it. You can do that on the writing side, but when you're filming it, you don't have that long.
yeah,
Because a lot of times you have 30 days to shoot the entire film.
yeah, yeah. And it's not just film. I think film is getting it the hardest. But
Of
I
course.
see this in almost every industry, like music, film.
Well, here's the thing: is people also do it because they think that might turn into a career for them, is talking about things. I mean, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, but
We're hypocrites.
not really, because we're not really like critiquing
True.
hard.
Well, I
we're
mean-
just having a conversation. We don't put too much stock in every single detail of the art.